Thanks for joining me again. Jeremiah with Babbling in my backyard. In this video, we're going to talk about how we built this filtration unit back here. We're going to walk you through step by step. I've built some filters like this before, and I found out what didn't work so great. So this is really a lot of my learning that I've experienced in trying to build these types of filters. So we're going to show you how to do this properly. If you've watched any of my videos, you know how I like to repurpose barrels. I get these barrels for free from my work. They're always disposing of them, so I'm turning them into useful things. What we want to do is we want to cut the top off this barrel, and we want to do it right here in this crease, because when I cut through this crease, I can flip this lid over, and the wider lip on the lid on the top side will fit over the cut barrel. So we're just going to use a saw to cut straight through the seam line. After we get the top cut off, we're going to go ahead and deburr it and get it really clean. I like to use Simple Green or Dawn dish soap. Either of those will be good for this. Now that we've got this thing all cut and cleaned up, I want to walk you through how this filter is going to work. So basically, I have a barrel that's empty, and I'm going to put a crate down on the bottom to take up some space. I have a 2-inch line that's going to be feeding into this barrel, and the 2-inch line is going to have lots of openings throughout the inner part of the barrel. The line that's coming into the 2-inch line is going to be a 1-inch line. So there's going to be pressure built up from the pump, and we want that pressure to reduce by a volume increase. So that's why we move it up to a 2-inch line. And then we want it to reduce even further into the barrel, so we have lots of openings for the water to flow, and we want it to flow up slowly, and then it will speed up through the media that's in the barrel. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this milk crate. This is just a Dairy Gold milk crate. You could get milk crates all over the place. So I'm going to measure on this milk crate where I want the pipe to come through it, so that I know where I need to drill my hole on my barrel. So I want to take a second and talk about Uni-seals. So these Uni-seals are rubber. On the Uniseal itself, basically you've got the part that goes into your wall of whatever you are trying to seal off, in this case the barrel, and then there's a flange here, so the flange prevents it from going in too far, especially when you are pushing that pipe in and it creates the pressure, because the idea is that you're drilling the hole the size of this diameter, so it's actually snug even going in before you put a pipe in. And then when you put that pipe in, you can see in here there's like a taper to this. That pipe is larger than this internal diameter piece. So when I push that pipe inside there, it's really going to expand this into the wall, and that's what creates that seal. So for the 2-inch Uniseal like this, I need a 3-inch hole in my wall. So I have to use a 3-inch hole saw. 2-inch and 1-inch Uniseals are the ones we're using today. 1-inch Uniseals take a 1 3/4 inch hole. So that's what hole size we're drilling for those ones. Whoops. These hole saws are not meant for that drill to stick out that far. And that is why you're going to see that I bent this drill. I did not have any short drills. This particular hole saw doesn't allow me to choke the drill up into the tool further, so basically I had to have a shorter drill. I did not, so I bent this one and replaced it with, yep, another long drill. So now that I've got that hole drilled, I got to clean it up, deburr it. I'm not going to do too much cleaning right now because I am going to drill more holes into this and I'll have to clean it up afterwards. Next thing I got to do is drill a hole into the crate. I'm using the same hole saw. Because I can't drill into this the same way, I'm going to use the drill, putting pressure into the V so I can hold it steady while drilling, because this could be tricky, it'll jump around on me. The next thing I'm going to do is drill a 1-inch Uni-seal hole, and this is going to be for a waste drain. Notice this drill is actually choked down because this type of hole saw allows me to put the drill in there farther. I'm now going to repeat this up top for draining back into the tank. I'm going to go ahead and cut my 2-inch pipe so that it is almost the full length of the internal part of the barrel, plus some extra so that it will stick out on one side. On any tubing that you put into a Uni-seal, you need a good chamfer on it, because if you don't, it'll cut the Uni-seal, plus it will be almost impossible to push that into that Uni-seal. So I have to put a good chamfer on there, probably about a 30-degree, maybe a little higher angle than that. I'm not a 45 even, I want a little bit more of a point. The next thing I'm going to do is pop 1.5-inch holes into my 2-inch tubing. I need the flow holes like I showed in the illustration before. So lots of area for the water to flow out, reducing the pressure of the water that's moving through the system. By doing this, some of the more heavy solids will fall to the bottom of the barrel instead of pushing its way up through the media, which is what I want to do, because when I clean things out, that solid material should be near the bottom drain. Okay, now that I've got everything on, all my holes drilled out, all that pipe all cleaned up, I put a little oil onto the tip of this guy and I'm going to start pushing it in. I have to be careful here. I've got the crate inside of the barrel already because I'm trying to line up the clearance hole on the crate with the pipe that I'm pushing through, so I need to be a little careful. There you have it. That's what it should look like when I'm done pushing that in there. Here I've got the line coming in. No rock or media will be down in this space below the crate. You'll see how we're going to accomplish that in a little bit. And then over here on this side I have the waste drain, so all of my waste, the solids that sit down lower, should be able to drain out through that side when I clean it out. So the next thing I gotta do is get the rest of my lines in here. The 1-inch waste line, I'm going to pop that in there. Then I'm going to start gluing my fittings. This is so that I can reduce 2-inch to 1-inch from my pump line. On this one I'm putting a ball valve so that I can close and open the drain line. Additionally, I'm going to add a hose fitting so that I can put a 3/4 inch hose thread onto the end here, and then I can run that hose out and water plants in the yard. Okay guys, this is a little bit lengthy of a video, so we're going to have to split this into two parts. So this is part one of the filter build. On the next video, when we get this thing set in place, how we actually finish out the build of this filtration system. We're going to go through how the media works and these drain lines more. So make sure you go check out the second part of this video to really understand how this filtration system works. We'll see you in this video.